Out on Lake Lanier today, and you know it's moving in perfect fall weather. Every other day, I mean, it's going to be cold, it's going to be hot. The fish are doing some weird stuff, you know. Some of the fish are going to be going out shallow, and some of the fish are going to be out deep. And you just got to tone in on what those fish are doing. And sometimes they're going to be really finicky. So what I'm doing today is I'm actually fishing some docks, some trees, some laydowns with a jig to get a pretty good finesse bite. You know, fishing these trees is like fishing the docks. You got to break it down. They're not always going to be positioned, you know, on the side, all the way up, on the bank where the tree's laying down in, or on the end of the tree. So most of the time you just got to figure that out. Like right now, here's a tree right here. I'm casting on the side of it, you know. They might be on the side of it, but sometimes they might be dead on it, or they might be all the way on the bank. You just never know. You know, sometimes I drag my jig, sometimes I hop my jig, sometimes I'm stroking it, you know, but it broke me off. Well, what you guys just witnessed is a great learning lesson, not only for me, but now I can explain what happened. The fish broke me off. I'm sitting here flipping and skipping trees, docks for a few hours, you know. It's very important to retie. It's very crucial, especially in a tournament situation. You have to retie. And obviously, I mean, that got me right there. I just lost a pretty good fish on a tree. So let's go ahead and retie, and I can show you what bait I'm throwing and what trailer. So the jig I'm using is a 3/16 ounce Chattahoochee jig. It's just a standard old jig. It's not a football head, just an arc head. And the trailer that I'm using is a Strike King Rage Crawl. And this one, some of them, hold on. This one right here has a little bit of chartreuse on it, and watermelon, a little bit of flake. Really great color. And this is for Lanier, guys. If you guys are fishing dirty water, of course you're not going to be throwing something like this. You're most likely going to be throwing like a black June bug, black and blue. But I'm just gonna bite a little bit of that off. There we go. It's a great little bait. Perfect for skipping. Catches a lot of good spots on Lanier. So the knot that I'm using is a uni knot. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be tying polymer knots, and that's just pretty much what 90% of people that bass fish, that's pretty much what they tie, is a polymer knot. But the uni knot, I really like it. I was always tying the polymer knot, and the uni knot I ended up liking so much better. I feel like it's much tougher, and it's really reliable, and it hasn't really let me down too many times. So what I'm going to do is you're going to go through, you're going to have your bait like this. You're going to put the line on your hand like this, wrap your tag end around your hand, hold it open like this. You're going to have a little loop, and you're going to want to loop this around about 5 times. You're going to pull both, or just pull the tag in. You're going to want to wet it, of course, and cinch it down. And that's the uni knot, guys. It's one of the best knots in my opinion. You can always tie a polymer knot, but I feel as if the uni knot is definitely the best knot out there. Just got done fishing some laydowns, so we're moving on to docks. And a big key tip that I really like on docks, which much people don't think about it, you know, many people don't fish in front of the dock. You know what I mean by in front of the dock is just out from it. So I'm pretty far out from the dock, and you know, those fish, like I said, they can be staged anywhere on that dock. They can be behind the dock if they're closer to the bank. It's all depending on the weather. If the sun's out, is it cloudy? It all depends on the weather conditions, and that's just a big key to catching some fish sometimes, because they may be off in a little bit of deeper water. Now moving in on the dock, another big tip is you don't want to blow it out. What I mean by blowing out is you want to make sure your trolling motor is pretty low. You don't want to have it super high, and you don't want to be pushing water up in there, because those fish will know. I know that sounds kind of weird, but the fish will know. So, and another some more tips about it is you're gonna want to get, like, that was just a general cast. You're gonna want to get in those spots where most people aren't. You know, you're gonna want to be in the back of it. This one's not the best prime example of one because there's not too many places to get into, but the corners of the docks are really great. Behind the docks really great. Love fishing behind the docks. I can't tell you how many times we've caught fish under the steps of the back of the dock, you know, when those fish are up more shallow. Like I said, all depending on the weather conditions. So they can be pretty much on the back, but just be sure to hit the corners. If there's ladders, hit the ladders, hit the stuff that's going to stand out. That's the biggest tip to dock fishing. You know, many docks, pretty much all of them are going to have cables, and it's going to prohibit you from casting all the way up in it. But a good thing is just to pull right up to them, and so you can fish behind the docks. And most people, once they see that, you know, they're not going to want to fish it. They're not going to want to pull up to it. So that's just going to give you a better chance that there's going to be a fish back there. Not as much people have fished it. There's going to be a lot of stuff like the steps and this walkway. I just skipped right up under that walkway. It also has the floats on it that the fish can hide on, and it's just the key structure. This dock is also metal. You know, there's wood docks, there's metal docks, there's all kinds of docks, and I know it sounds really crazy to think that in depth about dock fishing, but once you figure out a pattern, that's going to be your success in the tournament. Say they're on the back of docks, you're going to want to duplicate that. And say the sun's facing one way, you're going to want to duplicate that. You got to pay attention to those key factors and figure out what docks to fish, because lakes like Lake Lanier and Hartwell, there's so many different docks. I mean, there's thousands of docks all over the lake, and every dock's not the same. Every dock's different, and so you're just going to have to key in on what they're doing that day. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Kicking Their Bass TV. But to end this off, big special thanks to you guys. I really appreciate you guys coming to this video and watching it, and I hope you got a few tips out of it on how to fish a jig on some laydowns, some docks, skipping a jig up under there. I hope you guys just got a few more tips that you guys didn't know before watching this video. So if you guys could, if you haven't subscribed already, please click the subscribe button, and please like this video. And also, I would like you guys to comment below what kind of tip videos you want to see. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these, so if you like this video, please do so. Thank you guys for watching.